So the American Redstart is a flashy and active warbler, easily told by the orange or yellow patches at the base of its flight feathers. The feathers are often drooped and partly spread, and the tail is frequently fanned. The American Redstart is sexually dimorphic, and males wear a female-like plumage until their second pre-basic molt, after which they attain the unique orange and black adult male plumage. So when it comes to identification and description, the black, orange, and white plumage of the adult male is distinctive and should not be confused with any other North American birds. The large yellow or orange patch at the base of the primaries and secondaries is also unique among the wood warblers. This patch is often readily apparent in flight. Sexual differences in plumage are strong, with immature males resembling females until their second pre-basic molt, like I had said before. So seasonal variation is slight, as is geographical variation. American Redstarts are moderately sized warblers with rather long tails, wide bills, and extensive rictal bristles. It was pretty cool this year during migration, this past spring, that I actually did get to see a male that was transitioning from a juvenile male to a male in its full black and orange. So it was kind of in that in-between stage. I saw a couple of them that were that yellowish gray and orange, and that were transitioning into the orange and black. So I had never actually got to see that before. They were kind of spotted black and stuff like that, and you saw it kind of going, the orange coming into their bodies and all that. So that was kind of cool this year that I got to see, and I do have a few pictures here of that, as you can see as well. So when it comes to behavior, a tame and inquisitive warbler, it's quite responsive to pishing and squeaking. The partial spreading and drooping of the wings along the fanning of the tail are conspicuous and characteristic behaviors unlikely to be missed when observing birds for prolonged periods. So you're going to see them kind of spastic and jumping up and down and flitting here and there and fanning the tail and just jumping all over the place. And the tail is fanned out for a second or two continuously or for longer periods. This is quite different from the quick flicking open of the tail of warblers such as the hooded warbler. So you're going to find that this warbler is very active, flutter feeds or works its way along a limb, tail fanned out, swinging from side to side. And they're kind of hard to get pictures of when they're doing that because they're just flitting all over the place. So talking about habitat, this bird, it tends to live in wet deciduous or mixed deciduous conifer forests where there is an understory of young trees. You're gonna find them also in parks and gardens and shrubs and young tree growth. This year in spring migration, I found them in a lot of, like hardwood hammock scrub area. I did see them on the Jamaica dogwoods. I saw them, kind of in the thicket, and I would find some that were close to the ground, eating flies and dragonflies. So you're going to find them in more mid to lower forest ranges. You can also find them in mangroves in, southern Florida and Baja California. Down here in the Florida Keys, we have lots of mangroves, and I have seen them in the mangroves before as well. So it's another place you can find these warblers. You probably do see them pretty frequently all over the place during migration. I know that a lot of people in my Facebook group were finding these birds. So the distribution as far as where they are in breeding season would be, Alaska area, Canada, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Texas, and sometimes you'll find them through the Gulf Coast, Georgia, and Northwest Florida, South Carolina area. Breeding mainly in the easternmost part of the U.S., and then you can find them sometimes too in Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma. It's uncommon or rare to find them over the western part of the US. So in the winter, you're going to find them in northwestern Mexico, Central America, South America, Peru, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, but rarely as far south as Brazil. They also winter in the Florida Keys, the southernmost part of Florida, and the Everglades area, and in the West Indies, like the Bahamas, and the Lesser Antilles. So you can find them, farther south in the winter, and you're going to find them up north in the summer. So as far as food, these warblers eat mostly insects. In the late summer, they also eat small berries and fruits. They forage anywhere between the ground and the top of the canopy, and they take more flying prey than most warbler species, competing with flycatchers for prey. As you can see here in this picture, this one had caught a dragonfly and is enjoying eating a dragonfly. So that's what they like to eat. So mostly insects, small flying insects, spiders, some fruit and seeds. If you want to attract them to your yard or your home, I did something interesting this year. As I was outside, I saw some warblers across the street in the forest. I had turned on my hose, and as you can see in this video, I had quite a few warblers that flew over, and especially the Redstart. I put the hose on the ground because I was cleaning out my chicken coop, and as I put the hose on the ground, the warbler came over, the Redstart, and it started taking a bath and drinking water, and it looked like it was enjoying itself quite a bit. So it was pretty cool. I had a few warblers that came over to my yard when I left the hose on, so I think they like the sound of the running water, and he came over and started taking a bath, so it's pretty cute. So I took a nice video of it, and I tried it for a few days, and they came every time, so it was kind of cool. So if you have a bird bath that has like a fountain or something, that's going to attract Redstarts and many other warblers and birds over to your home. So as far as nesting material goes, it will have a well-woven elongated cup of plant fibers and rootlets bound by spiderweb in a little corner of scrub bushes. So if you're looking for nesting, they like to use birch bark materials, milkweed seed hairs, and feathers as well. And it'll be a little, a smaller cup between 2 to 3 inches high and 2 to 3 inches, around. So if you're looking for a nest, that's what you're going to look for. So I hope you enjoyed this video about a little more detail about the American Redstart. I hope you learned a little bit more about this bird. I know we saw quite a few of them in spring migration this year, and this is one of my first warblers I ever saw. I used to call it the Halloween bird because it's orange and black, and I first spotted it around Halloween in October. So it's definitely one of my favorite warblers, and you can really see the distinction between the males and the females, and you have to have an eye to be able to tell apart the females and the juvenile males. So I think it's a cool bird. It's a friendly bird. It's a bird that doesn't seem to be afraid of people. It seems to be very curious. Whenever I see them, they don't fly away from me. They just kind of go about their business, and while I follow and try to take pictures and things like that. So yeah, I hope you like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos about birds and what I'm calling visual documentaries, mini documentaries, or visual field guide with mini documentaries of these birds. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.